this is Savita Pawar. Welcome to my channel Get the Math. In this video we are going to see the description of the concept of trigonometry. This video is for ICSE 8, 9, 10 students and for CBSE 10th standard students. The weightage of this trigonometry for ICSE board is 15 to 18 marks, which includes solving trigonometrical expressions and word problems on height and distance. And for CBSE board, its weightage is nearly 12 to 15 marks. Here the course for trigonometry is quite basic and therefore it is a very easy chapter, though quite important for the board exams. Let us start with our video Introduction to Trigonometry. So trigonometry, as the name might suggest, is all about the triangles. It is a type of mathematics that deals with the relationship between the sides and the angles of the triangles. More specifically, trigonometry is about the right angle triangle where one of the internal angle is 90 degree. Trigonometry is a system that helps us to work out missing or unknown side lengths or angles in a triangle. You have studied about Pythagoras theorem, where we have seen the relationship between the sides, that is hypotenuse square equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So here trigonometry is the system that helps us to work out the missing unknown sides or the lengths considering these angles. So it is a relation between the angles and the sides that we are going to study in the trigonometry. Why do we need trigonometry? So trigonometry is said to be the most important mathematical relationship ever discovered. When we begin to think about the applications where accurate distances are important, it is apparent that there are dozens, including navigation in naval and solar systems, satellite systems, then aviation system, astronomy, then geographical survey and cartography or the maps, then architecture and structural engineering, graphic designing, computer generated imagery. So most of these rely on a measurement technique known as triangulation, which applies the concept of trigonometry. Here I have shown you an example of trigonometry, that is trigonometry and navigation. When you are sailing or cruising at a sea, where you end up is affected by three factors. The first one is the direction in which you steer. Second, the speed at which you travel in that direction, that is the speed of the motor or the wind. And third factor is the direction and the speed of the tide. So here it is shown that this orange arrow is showing the direction of the travel if only the thing moving you was your motor, and this green one is the direction, that is actual direction, and this blue one is the direction of the tide. So you wanted to move to this direction, but because of wind and the tide you have shifted through angle theta and you have moved through this direction. So you can find the change in the direction and the distance by using trigonometry, as you have shifted through an angle theta here. So you can find the distance, that is the length you can find out, unknown length that can be found out here. So this way you can use trigonometry. Now to solve the expressions of trigonometry, we need to know trigonometric relationships. There are 6 trigonometric ratios, that is sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant and cotangent. These 6 trigonometric ratios are abbreviated as sin, cos, that is sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec and cot. This is sine is written in short as sin, though read as sine only. Then cosine is written as cos, tangent as tan, cosecant as cosec, secant as sec and cotangent as cot. These are referred to us as ratios since they can be expressed in terms of the sides of right angle triangle for a specific angle theta. Okay. Now in your course you are studying from the theta means it is the angle. So you are going to study the angle from 0 to 90 degrees. So draw a unit circle. You can show these ratios on the circle here. So draw a circle of unit radius. Unit means radius whose length is 1 unit. So this is the radius here, BO is the radius. Then draw two diagonals perpendicular to each other and draw a tangent which cuts the x-axis and y-axis at A and C here. So this becomes your right angle triangle here, and this is the radius. So radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. Okay, and draw now perpendicular from B to x-axis, that will be your sin theta, and from B to Y axis, that is BE, that will be your cos theta. The line segment from B to C is tan theta and AB is cot theta. Your x axis will be your sec theta and y axis will be your cosec theta. Okay, so this way you can represent these ratios on a circle. Now we are considering a regular right angle triangle here. I have drawn a regular right angle triangle which is right angled at B. Okay, so from the Pythagoras theorem, as you know, the side opposite to the right angle is called as the hypotenuse. Okay, and now the remaining two angles of the triangle will be the acute angles, since this is the 90-degree angle, so these will be less than 90 degree obviously. So if we consider any of the acute angle, you can consider. Now here I am considering C as the angle which is having theta degrees. Okay, so if we consider C as the angle here, then the side opposite to C is called as the perpendicular, and the side on which the C angle resides is called as the base here. Similarly, if I consider angle A here, okay, that is 5 degrees, this is phi. So for this A angle, the side opposite to A will be called as the perpendicular, and the side on which A resides is called as the base. Hypotenuse will be the same since B is 90 degree here. So you can see from these two figures that the perpendicular and the base will change accordingly as you change your acute angles. Okay. Now using this above triangle, we can find the ratios here. So your sine theta will be, you have to remember, as perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Then cos theta, its ratio is base upon hypotenuse, that is base upon hypotenuse from this figure. Then tan theta equal to perpendicular upon base, this is tan theta. So from the triangle you have to write the sides, length of the sides, that is perpendicular upon hypotenuse means AB upon AC for sine. For cos, base upon hypotenuse means BC upon AC, and for tan it is P upon B. So P upon B means here AB upon this BC, AB upon BC, that is tan. Okay, so remembering these trigonometric functions can be difficult and confusing to begin with. You can try making up some funny mnemonic to help you remember sine, cos and tan. Okay, so how to remember this one? Now if you go horizontally, this one PBP HHB. So I have made a sentence here like Pandit Badri Prasad har bole. Take the first alphabet of each of the words here and you will get this PBP HHB for sine, cos and tan. You can remember it like this. Now if you go vertically, so it will be some people have curly black hair to present beauty. So any way you can remember, remembering the function and its ratio is important. Now this is the second table. This is inverse of sine, cos and tan. So inverse of sine is called as cosec, inverse of cos is called as sec, and inverse of tan is called as a cot. So the ratios will also be inversed. So it is P by H here, so it will be H by P. For sec it will be H by B. Then for cot it will be B by P. Okay, so here it becomes the 6 ratios. So in these 6 ratios, the very important one is the sine. If you remember sine, all the other you can remember by itself. Now in some of the books, instead of perpendicular they have used the word opposite, and instead of base they have used the word adjacent here. So it can be same. So you can write here, instead of perpendicular it is opposite upon hypotenuse for sine, that is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. For cosine it is base upon hypotenuse, so adjacent upon hypotenuse you can write. For tangent it is perpendicular upon base, so you can write opposite upon adjacent. So here also we can write the short form here, SOH, CAH and TOA. So kata. Now if you rearrange these words, to so ka, then the mnemonic can become: the old archaeologist sat on his coat and hat. The old archaeologist sat on his coat and hat. So this way also it can be remembered. Now the important part for any lesson is the formulas. So to remember the formulas is a little bit difficult, as this lesson is quite new to you. So what I have done here is, to make your job easy, everything you have to work on this regular hexagon. You have to remember this regular hexagon what we are doing it, so automatically you can get the formulas. So draw a regular hexagon and join its diagonals here and write sine, cos, cot, cosec, sec and tan in the clockwise direction. You can see, if you don't remember where what ratio should be written or what function should be written, so see on the right hand side there are 3 C's and on the left hand side there are 2 S and T in between. Okay, so write like this. All the places should be, these are confirmed places. Here only you should write the particular function. So this is sine, cos, cot, cosec, sec, tan. Okay, so the first one here, identities. These are also called as the trigonometrical identities. So first one is the reciprocal identity. The function which is on the same diagonal, on the other end of the same diagonal here, that is sine and cosec, that I have written with the same color. Sine and cosec are inverse to each other, that is inverse of sine is cosec, then inverse of cos is sec, inverse of tan is cot here, and vice versa, that is cosec inverse is sine, sec inverse is cos and cot inverse is tan. So this becomes your 6 formulas, so easy. Then comes the quotient identities. Quotient means division here. So again draw the hexagon and write all the functions here. Now you have to go through clockwise direction, move the clockwise direction. So if you consider tan here, the next 2 functions, ratio of the next 2 functions is the solution for tan. Okay, so tan equal to sine upon cos, then sine will be equal to cos upon tan, cos will be equal to cot upon cosec, like this. Okay, so these you will get it as 6 functions here. So that is called as the quotient identities. Move to the clockwise direction, and if one function you are considering, then the ratio of the next 2 functions will be the solution for the previous one, that is the tan theta equal to sine theta upon cos theta. Okay, so I have proved this function here, that is tan value we know p by b, sine is p by h and cos is b by h. H, that is hypotenuse, will get cancelled. So you are left with p by b, that is LHS equal to RHS. So all these 6 can be proved the same way. No need to prove, just it is for your confirmation. Now if you go to the left hand side now, similar formulas you can write, other 6 quotient formulas. So if you move to the left hand side, now if you are considering cot theta, then the ratio of the next 2 functions, that is cos upon sine, is the result of the cot theta. So cot theta equal to cos theta upon sine theta. Cos theta will be equal to sine upon tan theta. Sine theta will be equal to tan upon sec theta, like this. Okay, so here again you get the 6 formulas. So the first one I have proved again here, that is cot theta equal to cos upon sine theta. So cot is b by p, cos is b by h and sine is p by h. H will get cancelled, you get b by p, that is left hand side equal to right hand side. Okay, so till now we have seen about the reciprocal identities and quotient identities. Okay, the next one here is the Pythagorean identities. Pythagorean identities, you know Pythagoras theorem. So similar way, now again draw. So again draw the regular hexagon here and write 1 at the center and consider these 3 triangles and draw clockwise direction arrows. So here clockwise direction arrows you have to draw. Okay, now in these 3 triangles, using these 3 triangles only we are making here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 formulas we will be writing here. So how to write? The function which is at the tail of the arrow, starting from, so you have to start from there and end at the arrowhead. Okay, so sine square theta plus cos square theta will be equal to 1. So where is the arrowhead, that number or that function should come after equal to. We are starting from here, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Now in this case how to write? 1 square means 1. 1 square, that is 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta, and in this case it will be tan square theta plus 1 square, that is 1, equal to sec square theta. Okay, so these are the 3 formulas, basic 3 formulas, and now from these 3 formulas you can derive the other two. That is, if you want cos square, then move this sin square to the other side, so you will get 1 minus sin square theta. And if you find sin square, you can substitute as 1 minus cos square theta. Similarly, in this case, if you want to substitute for cot square theta in the terms of cosec square, then it can be cosec square minus 1. And if you want the value of 1 here, you can substitute as cosec square minus cot square theta. Okay. So if you know the one formula, you can derive the other two from making subject one of these. Okay. So that was about Pythagorean identity. So what you have to do, you have to draw a regular hexagon, write one at the center and consider these three triangles and make arrow in the clockwise direction and start from the function which is at the tail of the arrow and square it. So sin square theta plus cos square theta and will be end at the arrowhead, that is equal to 1. Okay. Then comes the product identity. So again draw a regular hexagon, write 1 at the center here. So the product identity means multiplication here. So the functions which are at the either end of this diagonal, that is sin into cosec, its ratio, its product is equal to 1 here. So sin into cosec equal to 1, cos into sec equal to 1, tan into cot equal to 1. I have shown with the different color so as you can get it very easily. So sin into cosec, how it comes 1? You can see sin is p by h, cosec is h by p. When you cancel all this, it is 1. So same is for all these three. Then the next type of product identity is here. You have to consider two alternative functions and its product will be equal to the middle one. That is tan into cos equal to sin. How? See here, tan is p by b and cos is b by h. If you cancel b here, it will remain p by h, and p by h means sin. Okay. So similarly here, sin into cot will be cos, cos into cosec will be cot. Okay. So this becomes your next 6 formulas. These are the product identities. If you draw the regular hexagon, it will be very easy for you to remember all these identities. So next one is the co-function identity here. Co-function, you have read about the complementary angles, you have studied the complementary angles, which says that the addition or the sum of the two angles is 90 degree. Such angles are called as the complementary angles. So if you want to find one of the angle, you have to subtract the other by 90, right? So similarly here, sin and cos are complementary to each other, that is sin plus cos equal to 90 degree. So if you want to find sin, you have to subtract cos as 90 minus theta, and if you want to find cos, you have to subtract sin as 90 minus theta. So sin theta equal to cos of 90 minus theta, and same reverse will be cos theta equal to sin of 90 minus theta. So I have shown here reversible arrows. So tan theta will be equal to cot of 90 minus theta, and vice versa, cot theta will be equal to tan of 90 minus theta. Similarly, sec theta will be equal to cosec of 90 minus theta, and cosec theta is equal to sec of 90 minus theta. So this becomes your 6 co-function identities. So co-function means complementary angles, you have to remember. So this was all about your trigonometrical identities. Now here comes the most important part of the lesson, that is trigonometric table, which the students find it very difficult to remember. So no need to just mug up the table. You can easily find the values of sin theta. Theta we are considering here from 0 to 90. In your syllabus it is from 0 to 90. Okay. So theta means 0 degree, 30 degree, 90 degree, 60 degree, 45 degrees. So all these values we have to find for sin theta. Okay. So what you can do is, to easy to remember, consider your left hand palm. So this is your left hand palm. So for sin you have to write under root of number of fingers towards your thumb and divide by 2. So this is your left hand palm, and from thumb you consider, for the thumb you consider as 0, and from thumb you move towards the pinky finger. So for thumb it is 0, for index it is 30 degrees, for middle finger it will be 45 degrees, For ring finger it is 60 degrees, and for pinky finger consider it as 90 degrees. Okay, so the formula will be sin theta equal to under root of number of fingers towards the thumb divided by 2. Similarly for cos theta, same left hand palm you have to consider, but now from pinky finger to the thumb you have to consider the values. So for pinky finger consider 0, for ring consider 30, for the middle finger consider 45, index finger as 60 and thumb as 90. So opposite of sine you have to consider here. So for cos the formula will become number of fingers towards the pinky finger divided by 2. Now how to find the value for sine I have shown you here with the figure, and you can solve it for cos also by the same method. So let us see for sine here. Now this is your left hand palm, fold your thumb here. Now the formula was what? That is number of fingers towards the thumb, square root of number of fingers towards the thumb divided by 2. So how many fingers are there when you fold the thumb? There are 0 fingers towards the thumb. Okay, so it is 0 by 2, you have to do by 2. So 0 by 2 is 0 is the answer. So sin theta, that is sin 0 degrees is 0. Then we can find for sin 30 now. So for sin 30, fold this index finger. Then how many fingers are remaining on the thumb side? It is 1. So under root of number of fingers to the thumb side, that is 1 here, and divide by 2. So under root of 1 is 1. So 1 by 2 is the value for sin 30. This is a tricky way to remember it, so that you can solve easily in your exam. So then comes sin 45. Sin 45 is the middle finger. Fold this middle finger. Now how many fingers are left towards the thumb? There are 2 fingers towards the thumb. So under root of 2 and divide by 2 you have to do. So how can we solve this now? The denominator is 2, means it is root 2 into root 2. So root get cancelled. So it will be 1 by root 2. That is the answer for sin 45. Okay. Then ring finger. Ring finger is 60 degrees. So for sin 60, there are 3 fingers towards the thumb now. So it is under root of number of fingers towards the thumb are 3 divided by 2. So root 3 by 2 is the value for sin 60. Then sin 90. So fold this pinky finger here. Now number of fingers towards the thumb are 4. So under root of 4 by 2. So how to solve this? And under root of 4 is 2 here. 2 by 2 is 1. So sin 90 value is 1. So these are the 5 values that you must remember, and value of sine is very important. If you know value of sine, all the other you can write it by yourself. Now similarly you can solve for cos also, or else you can draw this table and write all the value of the sine first. That is for 0 it is 0, for 30 it is 1 by 2, for 45 it is 1 by root 2, for 60 it is root 3 by 2, and for 90 it is 1, that we have found it above. Now what to do? Write cos theta here. You can find it from the above method also for cos, or else what you can do is whatever values are there for sine, just write it in the inverse way for the cos. That is, for sine 0 the value is 0, so it will be for cos 90 it will be 0. So write in an inverse way for cos. Okay, so this one you should write here. The next one for 60 it will be for 30 for cos. Tan 45 will be same. Then whatever value is for sin 30 it will come to cos 60, and whatever value is for sin 0 it will come to cos 90. Okay, so this way also you got the two functions, values of 2 functions from 0 to 90. Now how to find tan here? Tan is the ratio of sine upon cos, is tan. So 0 upon 1 is 0. 1 by root 2 upon root 3 by 2, 2 will get cancelled, so it will remain 1 by root 3. So here this will get cancelled, you will get 1. Here 2 will get cancelled, so root 3 by 1 is root 3. This is 1 by 0 is not defined, as the denominator is 0 here. So you got 3 tables now. Now these remaining 3 tables are the inverse of the first 3. So cosec is the inverse of sine. Inverse of sine means, so it will be, now here it is 0 upon 1, so you have to do 1 upon 0. Denominator is 0, so not defined. So this will become 2 upon 1, so 2. This will become root 2 by 1, so root 2. This will become 2 by root 3, and this is 1 by 1 is 1. Sec theta is inverse of cos. So 1 by 1 is 1. This will be 2 by root 3. This will be root 2. This is 2. And this will be 1 by 0 is not defined. For cot, it is inverse of tan. Okay. So it will be 1 by 0. So not defined. This will be root 3. This is 1. And this will be 1 by root 3. And as this is not defined, so the value here will be 0. So in this way, you can find all the values of the functions of the 6 ratios or the functions that are given to you very easily. The most important is the sine one. If you get the value of sine, all the other you can get it automatically. Okay. So that's all for now. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Get the math.